Hello, my name is Andrea Courier, and this is my Module 5 reflection for EDL 655. So part 1 for the evolution summary. This week, we worked collaboratively as a group to finish the evolution phase of our prototype of the design thinking process. We reflected on the design thinking process and our prototype itself. We also shared our prototype with various members of the community. We were given feedback. We organized the feedback and explained who we shared our prototype with, and we also revised our prototype according to the feedback that we have received. Individually, I reflected on the design thinking process and working collaboratively with my group, as well as the prototype. I shared the prototype with one individual. And a way that I think we can incorporate the evolution process in schools is by asking students to share their work or their final project with someone else and explain to them what the project that they are working on is. I feel that if we have our students ask members of the community outside of our classroom, they can better their projects and revise accordingly, just as we did in the evolution process. So some benefits and differences between asynchronous and synchronous. Our asynchronous communication allows for flexibility. It allows for people to view the material or to communicate on their own time. It allows for flexibility. And the benefits to synchronous or real-time communication would be that we can give each other feedback right away. There is no wait time. There is no need to seek communication outside of the session that you're in, because you are discussing in real time. For virtual collaboration and communication, I think it would depend on the project itself. I thought that asynchronous worked really well with the design thinking process because you do need to have that open communication with the people that you are working with in order to successfully create a prototype and revise it. Whereas an asynchronous way of communication will not allow for that immediate communication. You probably will need to have an additional means in order to complete a project, such as a design thinking project, successfully. So my idea of design thinking at the beginning of this course was a bit I was overwhelmed by the process itself, seeing the steps and seeing what we needed to accomplish by the end of the course was a bit ominous. My current idea of design thinking is that it is a brilliant idea for creating solutions to common problems within the school or within the district at large, because you are collaborating and you are constantly revising and communicating with others in order to reach a solution to the problem. So design thinking and the 21st century, including Tony Wagner's theory, do play well with each other, as critical thinking and problem solving is the stepping stone to the design thinking process. You need to be able to identify a problem and think critically about that issue with others in order to move on with the process of design thinking and ask a lot of questions. Tony Wagner did mention in his video that critical thinking involves asking a lot of questions, and that is in the second process of the design thinking phase, is just asking critical questions and having those questions evolve over time. His second survival skill out of the 7 also works with the design thinking process, as collaboration across networks, not just in your school site, but with districts and with other professionals in the field, is imperative to this process, because you are constantly revising and constantly seeking out ideas from others. Agility and adaptability is definitely a process in the design thinking phase, as it is a working document or it's a working concept that can be revised in whatever phase you're in. Even if you are in the prototype phase, you can go back and revise it and adapt it in order to meet the need of your client. The entrepreneurship and initiative phase is definitely a key in design thinking and in 21st century learning, as you do need to take the initiative and ask for communication and ask for collaboration, ask for the resources that you need in order to fix this problem that you have taken on. Effective oral and written communication is definitely imperative in the design thinking process, as you need to be an effective communicator, not just orally, but also in the written language. And I would add in to be an effective communicator in the digital world, because we are moving on towards a more digital world and a more global society. His 7th survival skill, access and analyzing information, is definitely imperative, because you do need to analyze what you have come up with or your solutions and see if that is an effective solution, and if not, to go back and revise. Curiosity and imagination is definitely necessary for solving the problem, as you need to make sure that you reach out to others. So be curious about the people that you are focusing on, and to also use your imagination in order to create solutions that have maybe not been present or have been obvious. So the second part was create 4 memes for the 4 C's, and here are my 4 memes. This is my meme for creativity. This is a meme for critical thinking, for communication, and last but not least, for collaboration. Thank you.